Cool. Excellent. Let's get started. So, my name is Ryan, and today we'll be walking through the process of my preparation to helping a client build a coffee brand and their business from the ground up. They have a little bit of revenue coming in as we speak, but they want to expand. They want to know more, but they have zero experience how to do so. So, with that, I have experience within the coffee industry. I've experience with restaurants. That's most of my business experience, but I want to build my own business, helping other people build their businesses. So that is the business that I'm currently creating, and that's where I find myself here, helping someone. So if you're interested in building your brand, building a business, join join me through this process as I start my preparation and speaking to the client tomorrow. And you might be thinking, wow, this is very last minute. It is kind of last minute, but you know, you got to start somewhere. And as well as the presentation is very not like a high level presentation or let alone like a weighty presentation. It's just something that I met someone through a friend, and now they want to connect with me to talk about how I can help them go from where they are to where they want to the next step to where they ultimately want to be. So a lot this is going to be brainstorming. It's going to be very sporadic. I'm terrible at spelling, so it's just a process. So join me and let's get into it. So today I'm really excited. I've been really excited to do this for some time now because I know this is cool. This is a cool opportunity. So with that, the things that have been really going in my mind, and the reason why I'm probably going to be asking these questions to this individual is for I just don't know him that well. And I've had some suspicion to see how committed he is to this project. This is something that's been kind of like delegated to him by someone else. He's not the owner, he's kind of the manager, and he's supposed to grow this thing. So I'm just curious of just how committed he is. Like, I don't know, like do you really, I don't know, really want to do this? I don't know. Just like something like this. Do you really want to do this? And I think it's just like because like I think that's the kind of like the big question mark that I've had in my mind ever since I've heard about this potential opportunity is like, does this person actually want to do this? Because seems some hesitation from him, and so I'm actually really curious. So if, let's say the answer is yes, he wants to do this. Exciting. Cool. Like how much time? How like how much how much time do you or how much time do you have to invest in this business? Because it's like I'm just trying to kind of because it's one thing if the owner came to me or a friend came to me and they know the owner and they're like, hey, I want to start this business, and they give me already the sense that they're committed to this thing. But since it's like he's not the owner, but he's been delegated this responsibility, and there seems some like lack of confidence. So I just really kind of want to know who I'm addressing. So those are some of the questions that I've been really just like wrestling with. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna ask them outright, but tomorrow. But it's just something that I'm just really curious about it. And then how much time do you have to invest in this business? And if not a lot, then you need to like increase. You need to change that. You need to invest. I've heard other people that if you want to grow something from nothing, like you need to invest not every spare time you have, but like you need to increase that. by like 10 to 20 hours a week, depending on how fast you want to move to. I mean, everybody's in a whole different stage of life, so you definitely want to increase that. So those are two of the biggest questions that I've just really been wrestling with. So let's say he really wants to do it, he's time invested, and all of those things, which is great. So let's say that. So if you really want to get down to like the brass tacks, they have a product already. They have something, which is great. They have a product. It's not just somebody being like, "Hey, I want to start a coffee brand business. I have nothing." Well, from there, you need to get something. You need to have a product. You need to figure out a way to connect with distributors, with farmers, with some type of like, or you could buy something from wholesale or just find some way to get a product from someone so that that you have something coming in, and then you can get into the quality. You then have to think about packaging and like all of those things. And then like, every coffee brand, as you know, has logo or some type of illustration on that packaging. So that's if you're starting really from ground zero, which they're not. So that definitely gives me something. They have a name, they have a product, they have some illustrations. They seem to have they're receiving coffee beans, they're roasting it in house. They have a little operation going on. So, of course, like I said, if somebody was coming to me directly, of course, if you want to start a coffee business, those are definitely the avenue in which you want to go down. Then there's other things that you have to potentially think about. That uh, there's different ways to do coffee. Like there's different ways to do a coffee business. You could just start a coffee business and then buy coffee from someone who's already doing it. Like there's local roasters. There's roasters all over the North America that get quality beans already. So I guess it depends on like what your goals are. And from what from what I've seen, is that they want to like sell like their beans. They have the packaging, they have the logo, they want to sell their beans, and that's what they want to do. They don't want to just be a coffee shop that makes coffee and then sells somebody else's type of beans and then maybe take a cut of that sell. They want to sell their beans, buy directly, and then roast it, sell their beans, which is fine. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. So that's where that is coming from. I guess we could write this down. They already have their product. They already. They already have their product. So that answers that question. Committed product. Then after that. And then of course there's, how do I say this? The different quality of product. So depending on the quality will depend on pricing, of course, as well as potentially clientele, how you want to charge certain things. So, because there's going to be a difference between, like, you have to think about it. There's going to be a different expectation, per se, from a company like Starbucks to like a company, I don't know, like a local company that is in our area, like a Collectivo, like a Likewise, like a Canary, or do you just or just think of like any not really want to use this, but like hipster business. Like they're gonna have better coffee. So, but then every coffee is going to be on different tiers depending on the quality of beans and things of that nature. So that's just like if you're starting from zero, that's just where you would want to go down. And then also like your business plan too. So that will be also an interesting thing of like what is their goal for their business. So that would be interesting as well. Because are you trying to have multiple locations? Are you just wanting to have one? Are you trying to have a location and then increase sales to online? Like, what are your goals? Sorry, typing right now is very hard. So, what are their goals? What are their goals for their business? So that'll be also an introductory question. They already have a product, which we know. So now, sorry. So they have a product. So now, from what I've heard, okay, they want to sell like individual bags. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, they want to sell bags. They want to sell coffee. Okay. Let's just do that. Sorry. It's been a long day. A lot going on. They want to. Okay. What I already know. They want to sell coffee. More specific, they want to sell bags of coffee. They want they bought a coffee cart. And it seems like they want to go from coffee cart to go from coffee cart to store. I don't know what they want to do, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure that's combined. Okay. So those are some goals that they mentioned. Okay. So those are what we know. They have a name, of course. They have a name. And it's like a unique name where it is pretty tailored to a type of brand. Like, I don't know. Like you can't really, and I don't want to like give the name away. But let's just say they have a name and it's like it's tailored to like a certain type of brand. Okay. So that's that. I'm trying to think what other things that we know about them from conversations from my friend. I think that's it. That's what we know. Okay. So if somebody was like from this position, I'm sorry, it's been a long day. Um. Alrighty, so forgive me for the yawns. If we're starting here, like the simplicity of it is when it comes to coffee, it's like it's a product. So what is your goal for a product? Is you want people to, it's kind of obvious, but it's taste your product. Taste your product. You want people to taste your product, which means you need to be in front of people to taste your product. That's kind of like obvious, but like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like the most obvious things are not always apparent. So with that, like, you need to, you need to be in front of as many people as possible. So there's that. You need to be in front of as many people as possible. Like with that, then now it's like you need to go to markets. Events. Trying to think what else. My brain is going blank. Yeah, markets, events. I feel like there should be like one more. I don't know, like create relationships, networking. I don't know. I'll just do create. Let's just do create relationships. I don't know. I'm just trying to think for opportunities. I don't know. I'm trying to like just go. We're not really like, I mean, I'm doing some clarity and doing a lot of this is just like throwing ideas and seeing what sticks. Okay, let's say product, getting people to taste your product, because okay. Okay, with tasting people's products, people need to know that you exist. Exist. People need to know you exist. The obvious one is social media and content creation. Posting every day. Yeah, that sounds about right. Then you can go into like product placement, product photography, video, like storytelling. Like stuff like that. So it's like, let's say high level. So it's kind of like the basics. It's kind of like, it's like almost like the duh. Like anybody would tell you this. Kind of like the duh of the conversation. Like, if I told them, they'd be like, duh. At the same time, it could also just be confirming what they're thinking. And just consistency within this realm. But if you want to expand this, because at the end of the day, you could do all of this. You can do all of this. Oh my gosh. Successful. Or like you could be successful, but it's never gonna be like anything memorable. And that's when you need to get into like think about like your brand as a coffee shop, as a coffee seller, coffee shop slash seller. Because like think about this. Like no one is, when you think of coffee, like for me personally, I'm gonna go somewhere like that has good coffee, a nice atmosphere, things of that nature. Like I'm gonna go to Milwaukee to have some nice coffee. And sometimes that's good enough for me. But the challenge with coffee though is that there's a lot of coffee shops. A lot. The there's a lot of coffee shops. There's a lot of coffee shops. A lot of coffee shops. There are a lot of coffee shops. What I'm trying to think. Then we get it. There's a lot of coffee shops with that becomes like what separates you other from other coffee shops? Because it's like you have to think of like, okay, why do people go to Starbucks? Why do people go to Collectivo? Or Stone Creek. Likewise, you know, like Canary. Like, why do these people go to these things? Coffee shops in Milwaukee. Huh. This is a new coffee shop that I haven't been to. I'm intrigued. Tell me more. Hmm. Interesting. Huh. Yeah. Interesting. 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 Hmm. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. So like Canary. So, all right. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. All right, we're back. We're back. Hmm. Just thinking. Guess you could throw. Venture. Just think of like coffee shops that like fit in a certain niche. I mean, you could even think of like, uh, sorry, I'm getting like somewhat distracted. Just sitting in my thoughts. Why would someone think of coffee shops? When you think of Starbucks, you think of consistent consistency. You think of fast everywhere. Everywhere. You think of everywhere. You think of like environment. Go there to work. Kind of like one of the first places that like changed the coffee game in terms of like you go there to not just coffee but to work to stay. It was drive through speed, consistency. Just trying to think. I think this might be enough for now. Because it's like when you think of brand, it's like yeah, like what do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for? Known for and not known for and not known for. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm just. Not on for or not associated with. Like, who are you selling to? Product. Is it fast, quality, combination, consistency? Yeah, these are the things that like I've just been going on in my mind. I have to like sit and process this. I think this is a pretty good start. And I feel like I just need to like sit in it. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. Well, with that, I hope there was something that you gained from it. I hope there's something, some level of educational, something that was helpful, beneficial, helped you maybe work through it, help you break apart ideas, help you get started. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to comment below, join the chat. I'm trying to be streaming more frequently, so you're more than welcome to join me whenever that comes. This is fun. This is fun, just kind of picking apart my brain, putting everything in my, putting everything that I've been thinking about for the last week, a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months or so on the page. And there's, of course, there's different things I could expand upon, more into what type of coffee brand they're trying to want to build, um, how to build that out more. We could break apart more about the different brands, what they kind of associate with, where they lean heavy towards, where they kind of stay in their lane. Um, so, yeah, there's definitely some avenues. And these are just other things that I have thought about, which we're more than welcome to go. So, with that, thanks. And again, thanks you for joining me. All right, have a good night. Peace. Bye.